as we got close to St Vincent and further into the ash cloud, the visibility would increase. St Vincent is an island that you can normally see from like about 30 miles off, and up to 2 miles offshore we couldn't make out the island from the outlet of St Vincent. So we had to rely very heavily on instrumentation to get alongside of the port. We were able to do that safely, no hiccups or anything. In terms of the physical state of St Vincent, there's a lot of ash on the ground. But as we were in the south of the island, and Soufriere is in the north, we can't speak as to the immediate environs of Soufriere, but we would assume that the ashfall up there would be a lot heavier than it is in the south of the island. Now, Kingston Harbour is located in the green zone of the island, so persons pretty much would have been going about their business as normal. And with the COVID environment, they would be wearing masks anyhow, so the only upgrades would be really probably to wear something long sleeve, wear something long to ensure that as much of your skin is covered as possible. But from our observations for them, the South Green area, this appeared to be normal. The persons that would have been observed popping up would more likely than not be those that would have been in the red and the orange areas, the immediate danger zones of Soufriere.
The crew are in high spirits, relatively high spirits. They're always ready to go forth and do good, and always ready to support other countries, other entities. We would just ensure that you guys have the opportunity to ensure that their families are well taken care of at home once deployed, so that they will be in the best state of mind once we embark and get into the disaster area.
Okay. In terms of back and forth, this would be similar to like when the hurricane happened in Dominica, that you just come up, reload, and back down again.
Yeah, but it may be more of a protracted process. Reason being, the volcano, this is something dynamic. So we don't know how long she's going to be erupting for. We don't know if the intensity of the eruptions is going to increase. As opposed to Dominica, once the hurricane passed, you know that we would have been transporting supplies until everything was properly replenished. So there are similarities and differences between the two.
The issue that I will have with my ship is the dust. The dust accumulated, you find fragments, I get into electrical components and so forth. Once we get into the electrical and mechanical, it can have an adverse effect on how my engines perform, should be duration and voyage. Going over a series of changing air filters. Air filters so that the engines can breathe. Because in order to operate, they have to breathe, get a fresh intake, fresh charge of air inside the cylinder so that the engines could